again, doing another video because a lot of people were asking why don't I want people to be a beekeeper. I don't want people to be beekeepers. I don't want people to become beekeepers purely because if we have too many beekeepers, our bee population will actually decline. Not just our bees, not the honeybees, but bumblebees, solitary bees, carpenter bees, all the and other insects and butterflies and things like that. What's hair on my lip? So if you have too many beekeepers in one area particularly, it takes away the forage from other insects. So I mean, the honeybees actually okay because we feed the honeybees, or not we, but people who take a lot of honey off and who do honey farming, they'll take the honey off from the bees and then they'll feed the bees. So our bees actually very rarely starve. I mean, but it does give competition to our bees anyway, because obviously if forage is low, then they're fighting over the forage and it can cause problems in an apiary. And it can, commercial beekeeping, if you have 50 colonies in one place, like, they're going to be fighting over forage, and they'll be fighting over forage with other honeybees, with bumblebees, with other bees. I mean, other insects, butterflies and things like that. They're all part of the ecosystem. We have to keep the balance. Really, it's keeping the balance right with everything. I mean, with everything, the planet and the balance of the planet. So, when we're feeding our honeybees and we're going, oh, our bees are okay. Well, we've just might have stripped all the forage for all the other insects, and that's not cool. Do you know what I mean? That's just not cool. So this is why I say don't be a beekeeper, or if you're going to be a beekeeper, like, plant forage for your bees around your. I mean, funny enough, they never eat forage from your own apiary. It seems like. I swear my bees don't go to my plants, but it will help other insects. And the other thing is to think about. I've got bees in amongst loads of fields of stables, and there's not enough forage for them. That's why the herb garden's being replanted again. I mean, there is forage there at the herb garden, but they've got blackthorn, they've got hawthorn, they've got willow, they've got all sorts of things around them, but not enough. If I was to have like 50 hives in that field, there's nowhere on this planet they're going to survive. They're going to be fighting, and then the other insects, I mean, are going to decline without fail. It's all about keeping the ecosystem, keeping the balance of the ecosystem around your hives. So you've got to bear in mind, if you are going, I mean, this is why when I've always put hives in, I've always made sure I planted plants around my bees, or made sure we've left the brambles, or left the blackthorn, left the hawthorn and stuff for the actual bees. So we don't take everything out. We don't strip an area and don't replant it. Everything gets replanted or left if it's there already and established, because it's not going to help my bees. It's not going to help any of the bees, the bumblebees, the solitary bees, carpenter bees, all the other 200 species of bees that there are, and the butterflies and the insects, the beetles and things, everything that lives on these plants. We can't just take, just create another apiary. Oh, we've got another apiary. It's got full of hives but nothing to work with. If you're going to think about beekeeping, maybe plant before you actually get your bees. Plant a hawthorn or blackthorn. I've actually got a list of plants through the year which the bees need, right the way through from March right the way through to like November. And of course, keep your weeds. Don't keep weeding the gardens, guys. I get really fed up. Weeds are only weeds if they're in the wrong place, okay? And weeds have got flowers. They help insects. They help the entire insect population, Like, stinging nettles. I pulled out loads of stinging nettles last year for my allotment, but I left loads. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, they are really important for the butterflies. I mean, they have lay eggs underneath them. I never cut anything down until after February, March time, because you start cutting things down, the larvae of those insects that has been in hibernation all winter is going to be destroyed. I would like to think most people who are looking at beekeeping or into saving the bees, saving the planet, would actually be probably clued up to this. But people who aren't, there are lots of people out there who don't realise how important the insect population is to the planet. It's not just honeybees, and people who just want to make money on honey. It's not. No, stop it now. It really annoys me. The first question people ask me is, how much money can you make? I don't know. I don't sell my honey. No, I don't know. I'm not a commercial beekeeper. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the hive. I'm interested in, if you open a hive and see how they work and realise how intelligent this species is, you'll change your mind about bees. If you're just commercial beekeeping and raping the bees of the honey all the time, I mean, that causes hive stress, that causes hive disease. It's not, you've got to be mindful of everything you do in this life. I'm creating my life to try and balance how much I use my car. I mean, obviously I have to have a car to carry my hives around, for my hairdressing. You know, try and minimise the amount you're using it, minimise the amount you go to horrible commercial nasty supermarkets that destroy the planet. You know, everything nowadays is you have to be mindful of it all, you know. Every single thing you do, I would never buy off Amazon. I very rarely go to big supermarkets. I just know, like, think about where you're buying things from. I go to my local farm, I get eggs from my farm. Work with your local farmers, work with the local people around you. People are baking bread, the bakeries, use them. Everything, you have to be mindful of what you're doing nowadays. I am not perfect. I am nowhere near perfect. Most of my clothes are second hand, to be fair, because I like to go to second hand shops, but a lot of stuff I get given. And you know, but when I'm buying something new, I think, do I need this? Where is it from? Is it sustainable? Have it, you know, who is being ripped off by this? You know, what poor person in another country is in slavery because of this? You know, this is not about this is not an environmental post. I wasn't even going to do an environmental post, but it was going to be why not to be a beekeeper, but I think I've gone fully into one now. I think I probably should shut up. But I think why not to be a beekeeper is why I say to people, why do you want to be a beekeeper? What is it about? You want to make money, you got to be even more mindful. Do you know what I mean? If you want to make money out of honeybees, which I don't agree with, but it's what people do, and that's fair enough because the equipment is freaking expensive. Like, I get that. And I'm looking at other ways, you know, making sort of like beeswax, which is an extra because I clean my hives out, and they give you lip balm and creams and things like. There's other things to do, but like literally, if the first thing you say to me is how much you're gonna get, how much am I gonna get from this? I don't even want to talk to you really. How much you're gonna get out of these poor bees? You know, no, it's an insect who's working, doing their wonderful, amazing job of pollinating our plants, and then we're raping them of their plants because we're creating a massive apiary where you're going to make shitloads of money out of them. No, sorry. I get commercial beekeeping. I get it's what people do for a living. If you're going to do that, plant forage, plant trees, plant shrubs and things that flower all year round. You know, go with the local native plants, not the stupid, like, genetically modified hybrids. I can feel myself going off again, so I'm going to stop now, I think. But yeah, probably best I go get some lunch because I'm obviously hungry. So I'm going to go. And if you have any questions about beekeeping, or if you'd like to know more about planting for the bees, which is really what I'm getting at in this one, I guess, yeah, give me a shout. See you later.